Isle Royale, an island in northern Michigan. Very northern Michigan. And they decided to create a high school for their 0 permanent residents. At least they have a football team with no one to play for them, but they decided they were going to go out and get all the talent that they could possibly get. And so that's what they did. Isle Royale started off by getting 3-star junior running back Kirk Pacheco. The team also got 2 bald receivers, starting off with 3-star senior Chasen Reeser. The team's other receiver is 2-star junior Corey School. Isle Royale has the best player on their team on defense, which is 4-star senior cornerback Jordan Leavitt. The team also has 2 unranked players on defense, starting with defensive lineman Jesse Sigler. They also have kicker Carl Rogers. The main problem with this team is that they didn't have a quarterback, which is when they decided to make potentially the worst decision they possibly could make, signing me as the quarterback. In this storyline, I have a lot of potential, but since I'm a junior, I do not have a lot of time to grow. In this series, we will play through my Retro Bowl career 1 season per video, starting off with my last 2 years of high school, going into college, and then going to the NFL. You guys will have a lot of influence over what happens with this series. If you want it to keep going, if it performs well, then I absolutely will continue it. Let's say I'm somehow performing really well in college. You guys could comment down below and tell me to declare for the NFL draft early if that's what you want. And there is a good chance that I'll actually do it. I'm really open to any suggestions for this series to take it further. This Isle Royale team has 0 expectations. It is our first season as a program after all. But we do have a schedule of a football powerhouse. We play against some of the top teams outside of Michigan, and we play in the Division West as What I was trying to say is that we play in the Michigan Division I as an independent. So there are lots of tough teams on our schedule, of which we could lose to any of them. Isle Royale's coach does not know what offensive scheme to run. Our team has not existed for long enough to pick one, but our running back is clearly our best player on offense, so we're mostly going to be running a run-heavy offense in the beginning of the season. It's our first year that our school has even existed, let alone had a football team, so we do not really have any expectations for the season. If there was any, it would just be to make the state playoffs. I am not very good at football, and this is our first year, so unless we have major success or I put up some crazy stats, I probably won't even be getting any college opportunities in my 2 seasons of high school football. Our first game in school history, we're playing against high school powerhouse IMG Academy. It is an entire school just solely for sports, and they're one of the top teams in all of high school football, so if we get obliterated, that would not be surprising. Our first play in program history was just a short run, and on the very next play, we had another handoff, only this one was a fumble. Later in the game, we had the ball back, they scored a touchdown, and I was making some nice throws. My first throw was a 3-yard gain. Immediately after that, I had another first down pass to a wide-open tight end. After this, I was able to throw it thread to needle, get another first down, before taking off on a designed run, and only getting 2 yards. Still better than I would have expected. More tight end play. Our tight end, he's great. Throwing it to Reeser, our receiver, he's going to get us almost down into the red zone. We are just getting short, close gains, and somehow on 4th down, our coach tells us to go for it, and we get it. Risks are something we're going to need to take, and we run it in for a touchdown. On our very next drive, they scored another touchdown, by the way. We're throwing it to Pacheco, our running back, and we are taking off, getting a good gain, too. After this, I decided to hit one of our receivers. It was Chasen Reeser for a short gain before giving it to our running back. There were a bunch of guys there. Our running back ended up catching it before throwing it to our tight end. I don't know why they keep leaving this guy so wide open. It was 4th down, and I was able to find the running back again for a first down before throwing it to the open tight end again. I'm really good at seeing the looks in the defense, knowing what to do, and our running back gets it, fumbles again. I find the wide open receiver, Corey School, and he's in for a touchdown. At the second half, they scored another touchdown, but our running back's getting stiff arms before fumbling a 3rd time. They scored again, and so now we're in big trouble. We're just getting a bunch of short, simple gains, and we found Reeser, the receiver, for a few yards. I'm playing very good, but the offensive line isn't. We get sacked. This entire drive ended up stalling out into a punt, which made the game 14-35, but even that is pretty good against one of the top teams in our first ever game. On the next drive, I was able to hit the tight end before, after a run, going up to the receiver, finding him wide open. Not wide open, but good throw by me. I was just making plays, getting us down the field. There are some run plays in here. I only really wanted to show the pass plays because the run plays don't have anything to do with me. This video is already going to be really long. And I find my receiver down pretty close before getting a nice touchdown pass. It's 21-38. It's a 3-score game. But I am able to find Kirk Pacheco, get some yards. We've got 40 seconds left. Most likely we're not going to make a comeback, but we still do have a chance to make this game look closer than it actually was. It was a good, hard-fought contest by us before fumbling again. We have had 4 fumbles this game. Tough performance from us. But, oof, tight end just not able to get to that one. Throwing it, yeah, we played good. I'm kind of surprised we did. Even to this level. What a catch, by the way. And that ended it. I had a good stat line. 28 for 30, 242 yards. Also 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. I'm surprised I didn't turn the ball over that game. That's something I'm very good at doing in Retro Bowl. I didn't have that great of a performance on the ground, but it was good enough, and our running back was good enough to keep us in the game pretty close. Closer than I expected. So I've been working on this video for over a month now, and it's taken many hours of work. If you want to see more, go subscribe, go like, go do that stuff. I'm really excited to make this series. Hopefully you're as excited to watch it as I am to make it. What you're now watching is our game against Davidson. In real life, Davidson went 7-3, so they're pretty good, not incredible. We're hoping we can get a first win, but this might be tight. I was able to make some good passes, good running down the field, sent us in for a touchdown early before we were able to find our receiver on our next drive. It was 7-7 after an original punt by Davidson before that drive you just saw, and now we're on our second drive. I was able to throw it down the field until I threw a pick. We had it back after Davidson scored a touchdown, but I was able to do my best running the ball, getting first downs. 7 yards is really good for us, and now we have the ball at the 45-yard line. Some more short runs for us aren't working. I'm throwing even more incompletions. And so far, it's been a tough day for us, but a great throw there, almost intercepted. Hardly any time left in the half, and I had to just throw it. It was intercepted. And now going into the second half, I have a lot to do to make this comeback. We're only losing by 7, but this is still a big game before a running back breaks off a big play, gets the stiff arm, and there he goes all the way for a touchdown. This was great. I just decided to step up, I decided to run, and I was able to get a few yards, like 6, before going to school, the receiver, and he was able to get a pretty good gain. I was making some nice throws, down by 3, and we're doing not as bad as I expected. This team is still young, still has a lot to improve, and yet we're going and beating potentially about the 5th team in Michigan Division, 15th best team in Division 1, sorry. But, yeah, we're just running the ball. Our running back has been playing pretty good today, and whenever we try to throw, it kind of goes bad. On a crucial 4th down, we find him open, we get the first down, and our receiver is able to bring it down to the 20-yard line here. Handing it off to our running back, he's able to break off a big one, get past the 10, and score a touchdown to give us the lead, but Davidson scores. Only 25 seconds left. I'm able to make a nice throw to get us past the 50, but only 17 seconds left. I'm making nice throws, throwing it deep, and that one is just barely caught at the 30-yard line. I have to make another short throw. It's caught. I take a timeout. This kick is to send the game into overtime. It's up. It's good. We get the ball to start overtime off, and Pacheco fumbles. They get it. But we get it back in overtime. They had to punt, and now we're throwing it deep to Chase and Reeser, and he's able to bring us way down the field to the 10-yard line, and we were able to win this game. A fumble was bad, but we were able to get the ball back and win in overtime. Only 2 of my passes in this game ever hit the ground. I had 5 incompletions, but 3 of them were interceptions. 16 for 21, about 230 yards, 2 touchdowns, but 3 picks was a tough performance. I was able to somehow lead my team to a win even with throwing all those interceptions. So now playing against the number 5 team in the state of Michigan, Hudsonville, is going to be a tough task. I already threw a pick early, and now I need to catch up. We're down 14-0 getting later in the first quarter, and I am just going to need to take what I can get. If I can limit my turnovers, I'll be able to win, but I've already had one pick, and we're not even done with the first quarter yet. I am able to find my tight end open, just get some short gains. We're not going to be able to throw deep or get big runs, so we're just going to need to have slow, methodical drives. They'll probably take a long time, so we need to just play it safe. Don't turn it over as we get a touchdown. They scored, though. We're not going to be able to stop them. I throw it up, a 50-50 ball, and it's picked off. I decided to get to my running back here. We forced a stop somehow, but we're just not able to perform well enough on offense with my 2 interceptions already, or on defense. We've only allowed a stop once. We've allowed 3 touchdowns so far. And now getting later in the first half, and there's not really anything I can do. I'm trying to go down the field, score some, but it's not really working. We're able to score a touchdown, and they score right back to start the third quarter. We get the ball to start off the game, too, and our defense isn't stopping. Our offense is not performing, so we need to go for it on 4th down, but we get the big first. Here we go. Now on 1st down, I'm throwing it. I find my open receiver, Chasen Reeser, who's able to make a play after the catch, and he's going to keep going to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5 touchdown. That is what we need. Still down by 14, though. Our defense cannot make a stop to save their lives, and I throw my 3rd pick of the day. Turnovers, turnovers, turnovers. That's been the story of this game, and there's nothing I've been able to do to control my interception throwing instincts. 6 picks in the last 2 games, and we still have a good amount left in this one. 42-21 down now, and we're losing to this team worse than we were losing to one of the top teams in all of high school football in the country, not just the top teams in Michigan. I really am not looking like I'm going to be able to perform here, get college offers. It might not happen. It just depends on who we can beat later in the season, what we can do. One good performance isn't going to lead us to winning here. And it also isn't going to lead me to getting offers, but I'm going to use my legs. I'm short, though, and we have to go for it. No, we don't have to go for it, but we need to go for a big play here. I get the 1st down on my legs, and we're able to finally run it in for a touchdown. Down 49-28, though. There's nothing we can do to make a comeback here. A minute left. This is really just for the sake of stat padding. And you know what I do? I throw it. I get the 1st down. This is great, but I believe I end up throwing it a pick. I get sacked. And this has just been a tough all-around performance. What a throw, though. I can show that I've got good accuracy, but a pick here means my decision-making is not the best. Am I getting Jameis Winston comparisons? I'm really not athletic enough for that, but a tough performance gives us one more shot, and I am able to get a good gain. But this game is way over. 4 picks is not what you want to see from me. Finished the game 20 for 23, 20 for 27 if you wanted to count the interceptions, with 231 yards and 3 touchdowns. I took 2 sacks, and those 4 interceptions definitely cost us. I also ran for 21 yards on 6 attempts. Next, we're going to be playing against Grand Ledge, who, from my research, is average. They went 5-5 last season, and we've been able to move the ball down the field. Some big runs and some passes. We had a 14-yard one, and then one to the tight end for 6, and now we're going down the field. Just keep finding the tight end. He keeps getting wide open, and eventually I'm able to throw it. That was a great pass, by the way. I'm surprised I was able to fit that in there. We scored a touchdown, they kicked a field goal, and there's a chance that we're going to be able to get a big win here. We're just making short throws, nothing deep quite yet. We haven't really had many just like deep throw it over the top passes yet. I'm able to use my feet there, dive for 9 yards before finding my tight end. He just keeps getting open. The amount of times that they've left this guy wide open is crazy. And I keep getting out of bounds too, so this drive has gone quickly. At the start of the second quarter, though, we do get a rushing touchdown for Kirk Pacheco. Finding my receivers. It's just been a great performance so far. We find Reeser on that one for 15 yards. Before we give it to the running back, and there he goes down the left sideline. He made a hurdle there too, and he was able to score. That's his 3rd rushing touchdown. Up by 3 now, nearing the end of the first half. And we're just keep finding open guys. Keep finding players that can make big plays. Our running back has 3 touchdowns. 10 seconds left, not quite in field goal range. I'm throwing it. I find him. We're just barely in field goal range. Actually, we're not, and so I have to throw it deep here, and that one is caught, but not quite able to score. We're at the 45-yard line, though. I don't know how that happened exactly. I think that was a big run, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe they punted and we got a good return. But either way, we're going down the field. A run for Pacheco, and he keeps going. He scores up by 3 only. But another big run for Kirk Pacheco, and this is his 4th rushing touchdown, but 4th rushing touchdown. 5th really big important play, and I'm able to find Reeser for my first touchdown pass of the day. Before yet another big run, I need to check our running back stats. Look at this. He's just going, and he's gone. 55 yards. I'm just able to get it to the open guys. We've had big plays on the ground. We haven't had many big plays in the air, but I've kept the ball in my control, and another rushing touchdown will end it. I went a perfect 22 for 22 in this game. No incompletions. I threw for 225 yards and only 1 touchdown, but we kept the ball safe and had a great game on the ground. Kirk Pacheco had an incredible game. 16 runs for 262 yards. That's 16.4 yards per carry, and he also had 5 touchdowns. Now we're playing against our hardest opponent of the season, the number 6 team in all of high school football in America, and the number 2 team in Texas, Duncanville. This team is really good. They've had a lot of historic success throughout the past, and so we just need to play it safe, not throw any interceptions, but they're leaving our receivers wide open. I don't know why, but just their coverage is not working, and we're able to get a big play, get down inside the 20 at the 15-yard line. Here we go. I'm going to throw, and it's incomplete. By the way, Duncanville did score a touchdown, but they missed their extra point. We're down to the 4 before I hand it off, and I get our team a touchdown. I mean, I didn't get it, but, I drove us down the field. Duncanville kicked a field goal. Our defense has been performing better than I thought they would. I thought they would just, let up a touchdown in, 3 plays, and then I would have to go down and do something, but so far I haven't needed to do that, and the stiff arm from our receivers getting us way down the field. I'm just throwing the ball. We've had some incompletions, a lot of incompletions, but these safe plays, we're kicking a field goal now from the 30-yard line, and it's good. They did score a touchdown, but they missed another extra point. Maybe they went for 2. I really don't know what happened. I have a little bit of a cold, so if I sound kind of funny, that's why. We just need to go down the field. We need to score a touchdown. And I just learned this about Duncanville. I think they only have 1 state championship. I thought they have more, but the last 2 seasons, they've come in 2nd place in the state in terms of rankings. Here we go, 8 seconds left. I'm just throwing it up, and it's intercepted. But we will get the ball back. A good run of 8 yards has gotten us on a 2nd and 2, and we're just running the ball, throwing the ball, getting good plays. And now we're going down the field. 15-yard passes are working. What a great throw by me. Just able to lead my receiver, get him to the right spot, and not score a touchdown, but get a first down. And now I'm going to throw it, and it's in for a touchdown. We're going for 2 to make it a 3-point game, and we're stopped short. We did get a stop on defense, though, which is incredible. And now Corey School is going to get us 10 yards, not quite the first down. We're running the ball well, too. We're getting all the plays we need to on the ground. And I have only thrown 1 interception so far. Here we go, a 9-yard play, and then I think that was a big run to get us down to the 10-yard line. I see him open, but it's intercepted. I'm pretty rattled from that terrible read, and now down by 7, we need to go down the field and score a touchdown. Here we go, 2nd play of the drive. I throw it up, 1-on-1, and it's intercepted. Now down by 10, and there's nothing we can do. This game is lost, and we fumble it away, too. This game is over. I was 23 for 32 for 250 yards and a touchdown, but 3 interceptions. Now we're going to be playing against Dearborn, who is average pretty much. They went 6-5 last year. They scored a touchdown on their first drive of the game, and I'm excited to just go down, hopefully not throw any interceptions, and a big pass here. I was able to get us inside the 20. The running back here, he just is able to cut it outside, and Kirk Pacheco goes for a touchdown. We're just hoping to put up a clinic on offense here today. Our defense has not really been able to make many stops. If you remember 2 games ago, that was a pretty high-scoring one. We were able to get a stop this time, though, so that's pretty good. We're already at the end of the first quarter, and it's only 7-7, which, I'll take it. Our defense is playing good. Our offense is playing good also. Not incredible, but in our one drive we did score. And we're going down the field here. Just going to hand it off again. Another big run from about the 15-yard line. And a big stiff arm will give Kirk Pacheco a rushing touchdown. That's probably going to be on his career highlights. Here we go. I'm able to find Chase and Reeser short and just get us a few yards, a first down, which is great. Now we're in a position where we can go down the field. It's 14-14, score a touchdown, give us that first halftime lead. We're 2-3 right now, and so if we want to have a chance to do well, we need to get some momentum here for the end of the season. I'm throwing it up one-on-one, and it's caught. Here we go. I see my running back. I see him, but he fumbles. We do recover it and get a first down, potentially more yards out of that, throwing up the one-on-one, and it's deflected and incomplete. I'm just going to take off and run here, and I'm going to almost score, hand it off now. We are in our alternate uniforms, by the way. They're red, if you wondered. Or if you're, like, colorblind or something. I don't know. And we're just able to just find our open guys. I don't know how many times I've said that in this video. Probably a whole lot, but it's working, and I throw an interception. They do run out of bounds, and they don't score. So we're up by 7. We're up by a touchdown. And I just decided to throw it deep. It's another terrible play, and it's an interception, which will be brought back for a touchdown. This game was going to be out of reach, and now I've thrown 3 interceptions in a row, and we're down by 7 now. I am shaken up here. I don't know how I did this after such a great start to the game, but just bad play after bad play after bad play. I still am not the smartest. We fumble again. We do get the fumble recovery, though, so. Throwing it up to the running back. He catches it. Here we go. I see the running back again. This guy keeps getting open, and this time he's going to try to put on the gas. Can't quite score. I'm going to throw another interception. That's number 4, and they scored a touchdown. This has really been like a miserable day for me. We're 2-3. Like I said, we need to get momentum, and 4 interceptions is not going to help us get momentum, especially with a minute and a half left. Here we go. I throw it, and I find a guy open, Corey School, who's going to go down the sideline. He's going to fumble, and that'll pretty much do it. Down by 17 now. This is not going well. Here we go. I find, what is it, Corey School? Yep. Here we go. Another open tight end for 10 yards. I'm going to just chuck it up. It's caught, but, ooh, I see him open one-on-one down there, and I'm going to throw it. Last play of the game is a touchdown. I had 309 yards, 1 touchdown, and 4 interceptions. Tough one for us. Our team is 2-4, and so I'm really going to need to step up against Athens. Athens is, from what I know, not very good. There are multiple Athens teams in Michigan, so I don't remember which team I'm playing against because it's taken so long to make this video. But I'm able to score a touchdown early. We got a stop on defense, and we're almost at the 50. Probably some big runs happened. And that one's caught, 18 yards, big gain. I'm just getting my open receivers, getting down the field, handing it off to the running back here, and he's going to go inside the 10 to the 5, and he's in for a touchdown. This game already does not seem close, and it seems like we're going to have the turnaround. Never mind. They scored a touchdown. They're back in this game, but I still feel confident. I still feel like that we can beat this team. We can obliterate them potentially even, and we are going to be going all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. We have the ball in their territory deep, and we score another touchdown. My confidence is rising. That one interception was bad, but another big play past the 50. And now, after a big run, we're inside the 15-yard line before I throw it to the running back, and he's in. I think that was the running. No, that was Chase and Reeser. I throw it. What a throw right there, by the way. And this time I send it up, and he's open, and another big gain. This one is going to be a broken tackle, and all the way in, 2 broken tackles. This game's 42-14. We're handing it off now, and I'm able to cut it up. The running back's able to cut it up the middle, and Kirk Pacheco's in. We have been able to do whatever we want against the defense today, and it's showing. We're winning 49-21. Our defense has not played incredibly, but another big play is going to bring us inside the 15-yard line on a 60-yard gain. I decide I'm going to take off and run, and I'm going to get a good gain to the 7-yard line. Here we go. I'm throwing it to the end zone, and that one's caught. The game is done. I was 12 for 13, 363 yards, 6 touchdowns, 1 pick. I also had 7 rushing yards. Next, we're playing against Lake Orion. My favorite thing about this team, not that I know anything about them before making this video, is that their mascot is, or their nickname or whatever it's called, is the Dragons. Early in the game, I did throw an interception, and the team in real life won about 6-4, like Orion did. And so I'm hoping that we can be better, because 2 wins in a row would be nice. Maybe it's not 2 incredible teams, not 2 top of the state teams, but still some good teams. And I mean, I've been able to lead us down the field. We're at the 5-yard line. I'm going to take off and run, and I'm not quite able to get in. Our running back gets the first down, and then I throw it to him for the touchdown. It's 14-7, though. Our defense has not been making a stop. And we do get a big play here broken off. 22 yards. With a 3-4 record, we probably need to still improve a good amount in order to make the playoffs. The playoffs have 32 teams, I believe, and so in order to be one of the top 32 teams in the state, we probably need 5-6 wins. There's an interception right there, potentially even 7, and now we're down 21-7. Another cool thing is that we're wearing our alternate uniforms. They're black, and we are not normally wearing black uniforms, so interesting little special thing that we're doing for this game. I have been able to lead us down the field really well today, though. Except for the interceptions, it's just finishing off the drives has been hard. But that run is a big one, some stiff arms, and we're in. We got to stop on defense, too. So, even with my 2 interceptions, we are getting close to potentially making the comeback. It could be a tie game pretty soon here. And I decide to run, and I go in for the touchdown. They did score. We've got about 2 minutes left in this one. And I threw an incompletion on first down. On second down, I'm able to find a guy open, get the first down, and more. We're to the 50-yard line, and after a run for another first down, we're at the 40. Nice throw by me, nice catch by the receiver, and we're doing really good. Also, another thing is that my stats, other than the interceptions, have been really good. We get a lot of yards and a lot of touchdowns, but just our interceptions are not very good. That was a nice throw, but it did not end up working. And we get stopped short on 4th down. Here we go. 4th and goal. This is for a tie game, and we score. But they end up winning the game, going down the field and scoring. We never got to see the ball in overtime in this one, which was a tough way to end. We're 3-5 now. Today I went 21 for 27, 235 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. I also had a rushing touchdown and 9 yards on the ground. Right now, I would just want to thank you for watching this video for so long. This has taken me forever to make. This video has been such a pain. I've been working on it since the beginning of November, but I've really enjoyed making it, even with all the struggles, and I just want to know any suggestions you want. I've probably said this a million times. Like I've said, this has taken so long to record, so tell me in the comments what you want me to do. In this game, we're going to be playing against Taylor. Taylor, in real life, went 0-9, so we're hoping we can win this game in our second to last game of the regular season. Right now, we're 3-5, so winning this game would be crucial, and we do get a touchdown run to start off the game. After that, I decide to throw it up deep, and it works. Another question I have is, would you like me to narrate these videos live? You want my live reaction to this? Or do you like this voiceover format of telling me what I'm doing? I do not know what I should do with these videos. It's just whatever you would like the best. Honestly, either is fine with me. We're up 14-11 in this game. Our defense has not played incredibly, but we have had 2 offensive drives that result in a touchdown. And our receivers are making great plays. I'm even able to get a first down on the ground. The amount of times I've also misspoke in this video. And this is a big play, 18 yards. We hand it off from the 27-yard line, and we fumble, and it's recovered by Taylor. Now they have the lead somehow. Down by 4, nearing halftime. Going down the field at the 45-yard line, I throw that. I felt like that would be an interception just watching that back. But my tight end caught it. That's a pretty nice play. I send that. That's a first down. 3 seconds after kicking this long field goal. This is not something we would have had confidence in with Carl Rogers at the beginning of the season, but he drained that one. Do you say that with field goals, or is that he drains the 3-pointer? I don't know, but it's fine. We are only down by 1, and I'm just deciding to chuck it up. And this is working. I've been making a whole lot of great throws. I've developed a lot throughout this game. Other than that fumble, we have scored on every drive, but our defense just has not made stops. That was a nice throw. That was a 7-yard gain. And I decided I'm going to take off and run here. I have not been running the ball much. Earlier in the season, we maybe had some design runs. And I got down to the 4 before handing it off. And we get in the stiff arm going for 2 to make it a 7-point game. I decide to run, and I get stuffed. Down by 1 now, 23-24. I get there. I don't get the stiff arm. The running back gets the stiff arm, and he keeps going, breaks a tackle to the 15, to the 10, to the 6-yard line, a 72-yard run, and then I decide to throw it. Pacheco catches it, the running back, he scores, and we're able to get the 2-point conversion. We force a turnover, and now we're all the way down here. I throw it, it's intercepted, but we have the ball back super duper far. Our running backs had a great game, another big run, and we score. Final score 38-24. I have such an incredible completion percentage, 83% on the season, just wanted to say that. I was 20 for 22 for 235 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception in this game. And I also had some decent rushing plays that were pretty important for the game. I had 17 rushing yards in this game, which is pretty good since I only have 93 yards on the entire season. In this next one, we're playing against Livonia Stevenson. If we win this game, we're probably in the playoffs. If we miss it, we're definitely out. And I'm showing you a kick return. You know what that means? This thing's going all the way for a touchdown. This game against a 4-6 Livonia Stevenson team, we are going quickly. After another big return, we're in for the touchdown. I remember I played this game at like 11 o'clock at night, and normally if I play this game past like 9 o'clock, I stink. But this game, I was firing on all cylinders. I was playing good as the quarterback, obviously, and we're up 28-14 now. This time, I decide to send it up. I have my guy open, and Chasen Reeser is in for a touchdown. We are just continuing to win from the 16-yard line, and I just take off with the run. I don't take off with the running back. I guess technically I do, but I take off with the running back. Or the running back takes off. He gets 84 yards. That was bad. We do have a receiver injured in this game. I believe it's going to be Corey School, our receiver number 2. Chasen Reeser still in the game. And we score another big touchdown. This game's 49-17. I decide to hand it off from the 40-yard line. And this one, another big play. This one broken off to the end zone, actually. Touchdown. Up 56-17. I throw that one perfectly. Perfect window. This time I hit the tight end. It's late. I need to sleep. And he is able to break a tackle. There he goes. To 20, to the 17-yard line. If I say a bunch of weird random stuff in this video, sorry for that. Sorry for that. This game, we have made a statement. It's 63-17, and there's still a minute left. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to score 70. And that's what I do on this play, I believe. Yeah, that's what I do on this play. I go in for the touchdown. 70-17 is the final. We went 5-5 in the regular season, 5-3 in games that are actually counted. And in this one, I was really good. 8 for 10 for over 300 yards. Kirk Pacheco even had 200 rushing yards. And it was just a great game all around. Even though we went 5-5, our season stats were crazy high. I threw 18 interceptions in 10 games, which was the main problem, but I also threw for over 2,500 yards, 25 touchdowns. I had an 83% completion percentage, and half of my incompletions were actually marked as interceptions. My comparison going into college is just Jameis Winston if he wasn't athletic. In terms of stats, I did so much better than I expected. But with the record, I definitely performed worse than what I expected to do at the beginning of the season, even with such an incredible schedule. I am a high 2-star recruit, almost a 3-star. Who knows, maybe that'll change during the state playoffs, depending on how I perform. And I was near the top of the state in a whole lot of stat categories. I was number 1 in Michigan Division I in terms of passing yards, and it really was not close. I was in the lead by about 200 or 300 yards. I also finished tied for number 6 in the state for passing touchdowns, but I was second in terms of interceptions thrown, so that was kind of tough for me. That's why we weren't really as successful as I hoped we would be. I also somehow ended off the season with 93 rushing yards, which is honestly way more than I expected, and I even got a rushing touchdown. Kirk Pacheco is an incredible player, and he was so good that I think the team could have gone further with him only than with me at quarterback. He had 1,300 rushing yards, 23 touchdowns. He did fumble 8 times, but he also had over 1,200 return yards and a kick return touchdown. Kirk Pacheco finished number 1 in the state in rushing touchdowns and total touchdowns, and he was also 5th in rushing yards. Kirk Pacheco was 6th in terms of yards per carry in the state, and he was 17th in terms of yards per return. He also had tied for the 6th longest return in the entire state. He also had 261 receiving yards. Also had 5 receiving touchdowns, which is just incredible. He averaged almost 3 touchdowns per game this season. Chasen Reeser, our top receiver, was also really good. He had 80 catches, 1,421 yards, and 14 touchdowns. Reeser was also number 1 in Michigan Division I in receiving yards and number 4 in touchdowns. He was tied for number 27 in total touchdowns also. Corey School, our second receiver, missed 2 games, but he still had 663 yards, which was good enough for 11th in the state, and he also had 5 touchdowns. Other than our interception throwing, another problem with our team was our incredibly average defensive lineman and linebacker core. Our defensive lineman, Jesse Sigler, only had 2 sacks, and he's the best defensive lineman on our team. This guy is our second best defensive player, and he had 27 tackles. Our running back had 28 total touchdowns. Our DB, Jordan Leavitt, is easily the best defensive player on our team. He had 55 tackles, 4 interceptions, which is good enough for 8th in the state, and he also had a forced fumble. Our kicker, Carl Rogers, went 3 for 3 on field goals. He didn't make many, but when he kicked them, he was perfect. He went 46 for 46 on extra points. He made all 49 of his kicks all season. He even finished tied for 4th in made extra points. This guy was so good. Another bright spot on our team. Even with all of the troubles with our team, we have been able to stumble into the playoffs against Romeo. For the playoffs, I'm going to be showing every play, and this first one is a big run from Kirk Pacheco. This is what he's done all season to the 20-yard line already. I just hand it right back off to him, and he breaks a tackle, gets a first down, goes out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Here we go. I'm going to throw it into the end zone, and it's caught by Corey School. We have a touchdown. They were able to score right back, though. And I'm making great plays. Corey School catches it, keeps going past the 50. Here, I just throw a short little screen pass. It only gets us a few yards. Here, I do a little bit of a delayed run with our running back. This time, though, I throw it up, and that one's out of bounds. Tough throw by me. It's 4th down. We're not in field goal range. There's Kirk Pacheco. He makes a catch, and he keeps going. He breaks it off for not his second touchdown, but his first touchdown. Second really big play. This time I throw it up to Corey School. He breaks another tackle, 22 yards. Kirk Pacheco now, he's going to run. These 2 guys, School and Pacheco, have both been really, really good today. I'm going to run it here, and I step up. I find a way to get the first down. That is incredible. Here I find Corey School again. This guy's gotten a whole lot of targets. He gets to the 14-yard line before I hand it to Kirk Pacheco, and he's able to take it past the 10. This one going to Corey School again, his second touchdown, up 21-13. Now Kirk Pacheco with it. He's able to get a first down. Taking a timeout, throwing it short to School. I don't know if Chasen Reeser's in the game, honestly. This time I send it up, and this one is caught. I do not think that's Chasen Reeser. I think that's the 3rd-string receiver. And he was not able to go down fast enough for us to take a timeout. And here we go, a big play by Chasen Reeser. I guess he is in the game. I guess that was our tight end. And Chasen Reeser even scores a touchdown. And we get the ball back off of a turnover. This time I send it for Corey School. He's in for the touchdown. It's a 14-point game. And this time I hit Corey School, and he's gone. So many great plays today. We have 42 by the end of the 3rd quarter. They were able to score, but it's a 15-point game. And this time, Chasen Reeser goes down the sideline, and he's going to make it all the way in for another touchdown, 49-27. And this time, I think I'm just going to try to run out the clock here. 40 seconds left. They hand off to Pacheco. Pacheco's able to break it for first down and more. And he goes to like the 35-yard line. I am going to finish off the game by a few kneel outs. Not necessarily kneel out there. I kind of slid for a yard. This time, running back goes down, last play of the game, and we won 49-27. I had a great game, 13 for 15, 343 yards, 7 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I had an 11-yard run, and other than that, I basically did not do anything. Mostly it was just kneel-outs at the end of the game. That was my other runs, and we're now into the round of 16, playing against Makome Dakota. I start off with a nice run for 6 yards. I believe we got a good kick return to get this situation, but I do go down for a sack. We're already almost a third of the way through this first quarter, and what a catch. This is gonna be a tough game. Makome Dakota, I believe they shut out their most recent opponent, so this is definitely gonna be a tough one. That one goes to, I think, Chase and Reeser, and now we've got Kirk Pacheco. No game. This has been kind of a little bit of a tough one. This one I'm gonna throw to Reeser again. He's gonna get 2. Up next, I throw it to the tight end. He gets 8 yards. And I hand it to Kirk Pacheco, and Kirk Pacheco brings it in for a touchdown, but they call it short. This time I just hand it to him, and he's in. That bad call does not matter. And that is a terrible throw by me, right to the defender. And they're tied with us now, 7-7. They didn't score on one of the drives. I believe it was that first drive, how we got the ball back. Here we go. I'm doing some audibling. I decide just to hand it off, and this one goes for a first down and more. That was a good audible by me. Stiff arms, 21 yards. We're at the 30-yard line now. And this time, I'm able to hit Chase and Reeser, and he's going to go. That's the tight end. He gets to the 9-yard line here. I'm just going to get it to Pacheco. Pacheco is able to bring it in for a touchdown. It's a tie game here. Another run, 3 yards. This guy has been so good. We're playing on extreme difficulty, and normally in extreme difficulty, you cannot run at all. I think this is extreme difficulty. Yeah, I saw at the beginning of the game some stuff that would really only happen on extreme. Yeah, this is absolutely extreme difficulty. I don't know why I wasn't remembering. But even on extreme difficulty, Kirk Pacheco has been really, really good. That's the point I was trying to make. There we got stuffed. Only 20 seconds left in the half. I've only thrown 1 interception, which is why we're in this situation to even begin with here. This time, I throw it to the running back. He gets to the 21-yard line. We have just enough time. That one is thrown out of bounds on accident, incomplete, just an inaccurate throw, but we make a field goal. We're up by 3, and we get the ball to start the third. I guess they punted to start the game. That's an interesting thing. Our defense has played really well. I've only thrown 1 interception. And playing against a good team like this, that really just shows. If there are any places you want me to go after the season is over, just tell me. Any suggestions for where I should go, what colleges I should go to, comment them down below. That'll be really helpful. I have no clue what's going to happen with this series. I get 5 yards on this one, or the running back gets 5 yards. That was to Chase and Reeser, I believe. This one I throw it up and it's intercepted, and he is going to bring it all of the way back from Makome Dakota. They're up by, what is that? Okay, they're up by 4. I get sacked, and now it's second and very long. I throw it, and that is a perfect throw, caught for the first down and more to the 42-yard line of us. That was a nice throw. It's third down here, I believe. Yeah, it is. And I just step up, I run, I get the first. That's a nice play. Down by 4 nearing the end of the third quarter. I'm going to run again. I've been getting decent rushing yards in this game. Not a lot, but a good amount. Here, I just decide to throw it to the open tight end. I find him for the first down. We're at the 35-yard line. Here, I hand it off. He only gets a yard. He's kind of cooled off later in this game, but as I say that, Kirk Pacheco breaks off a big play, 21 yards to the 13-yard line. We're giving it right back to him. That time he only got a yard. That was a great throw by me, and he's in for the touchdown. We are down by 3 now. 1 minute and a half left. This drive will keep our season alive, and a great run to start it off from Pacheco. We're just going to give it to him again. He only got 1. Chase and Reeser going to do a small gain. There we go, hit him again to the 45-yard line. We're just throwing short, quick, out-of-bounds passes, and it's working. I decide I'm going to take off and run. I do only get a yard, and now Chase and Reeser going back to him again. This guy has been a repetitive, just go after him over and over and over. That was a 4th down that we were able to convert. We still have 3 timeouts. We've been flying down the field. 15 seconds left, and this one into the 8-yard line. Here we go, handing it off. I will take my second timeout. 6, 5, I just decide to run. I just get as many yards as I can. This play is for the game. I throw this one. It is caught, and he is marked short, but he was in the end zone, and this season is over. 2 bad calls really ruined our season. We should have won that game. We should have moved on, but the refs bailed them out, and that's it for the game. I guess we could have also taken a field goal, but we don't settle for that around here. We should have won, and I am going to come back next year. I'm going to try to beat this team. We're definitely putting them on the schedule. I'm looking forward to this one next year. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it all the way through, you must have liked this video, obviously. There's no way you'd have watched 45 minutes of me yapping if you didn't like this, so go subscribe. Thanks for watching the video. This has taken me so long to make. Goodbye.